You thought you'd seen chaos before? You thought you understood what unpredictable meant in WWE? No, what happened on SmackDown March 20th, 2026 wasn't just chaos. It was a calculated, cold-blooded message sent straight to the entire locker room. And if you blinked, you missed the exact moment everything spiraled out of control. Because Randy Orton didn't just show up. He declared war. Let me ask you this right now. Drop it in the comments. Do you think Randy Orton is more dangerous now than he was in his prime? Or is this the same Viper we've always feared? The night started like any other SmackDown. Lights blazing, crowd roaring, superstars ready to prove themselves. But there was this tension in the air. That kind of tension you can't explain, the kind that tells you something bad is about to happen. And then, boom. The arena lights dim for just a second. Not long enough for people to panic, but long enough for the energy to shift. And when they came back on, he was already there. Randy Orton. No music. No warning. Just presence. Standing in the ring like he owned not just SmackDown, but the entire WWE. Now think about that for a second. When was the last time Orton needed an entrance to make an impact? Exactly. He doesn't need theatrics anymore. He is the moment. Before anyone could even process what was happening, a rising star, someone trying to make a name for himself, stepped up. Brave? Maybe. Stupid? Definitely. Another quick question for you guys. If you were in that ring, would you confront Orton or walk away? Because this guy chose confrontation. Big mistake. The tension builds. The crowd starts buzzing. You can feel it. Everyone knows what's coming except the guy standing across from Orton. And then it happens. That slow, deliberate step forward from Orton. That signature head tilt. That look in his eyes that says, "You've already lost." And just like that, RKO. Out of nowhere. But here's the thing. It didn't feel random. It felt planned. Like Orton had already decided before the show even started that someone was going down, and this guy just happened to be first. The crowd explodes. But Orton, he doesn't celebrate. He just stares. Cold. Calculated. Dangerous. And then he does something even more disturbing. He doesn't leave. He stays in the ring. Almost like he's waiting for someone else. Now, ask yourself this. Who do you think Orton was really waiting for? Because this wasn't a one-and-done moment. This was just the beginning. Backstage, panic starts spreading. Officials scrambling. Superstars watching monitors, unsure whether to step up or stay far away. And that's when the next victim enters the picture. A veteran. Someone who's been through wars. Someone who should know better. He walks down that ramp, not cautiously but confidently. Like he's here to restore order. Big mistake number 2. He steps into the ring, gets right in Orton's face, and starts talking. You can see it, the intensity, the frustration, the need to prove something. But Orton? He's not even listening. He's studying, watching, waiting. And then, just like before, he strikes. Another RKO. But this time it's different. This time, Orton doesn't just hit the move. He follows it up. He drags the lifeless body closer to the ropes, sets him up, and delivers a devastating, draping DDT. The crowd goes from excitement to shock. Because now it's clear. This isn't about making a statement. This is about sending a warning. And the message is loud and clear. Nobody is safe. Let me ask you something. Be honest in the comments. Should WWE management step in and stop Orton, or let this chaos unfold? Because what happens next only makes things worse. Cameras cut backstage again, and you see superstars arguing. Some want to confront Orton, others want nothing to do with him. That division? That hesitation? That's exactly what Orton thrives on. Fear. Uncertainty. Control. And while everyone is debating, Orton is still in the ring. Still waiting. And then you hear it. Music hits. A top-tier superstar. Someone who isn't afraid. Someone who has history, pride, and a reputation to protect. The crowd erupts. Finally, someone willing to stand up to the Viper. This is the moment everyone's been waiting for. The tension is unreal. Both men lock eyes. No words. No trash talk. Just pure, silent understanding. This is about to explode. They circle each other. Slow. Methodical. The crowd is losing it. You can feel the anticipation building. This isn't just a fight, this is a collision. And then, contact. Strikes flying. Counters. Near takedowns. It's not just a brawl, it's a battle of instincts. But here's the thing about Orton. He doesn't fight to impress. He fights to end you. And right when it looks like his opponent might gain the upper hand, RKO. Again. Third time tonight. And each one more brutal than the last. But wait, he's still not done. Orton backs into the corner. That look returns, that twisted smile. You know it's coming. He starts stalking. Slowly. Deliberately. The crowd counts along. 1 step, 2 steps. And then, punt kick. Direct. Devastating. Ruthless. The arena goes silent. Not because they're bored. Because they're stunned. That move, that dangerous, career-threatening move, just got unleashed again. And now the question becomes, is this even allowed anymore? Drop your answer in the comments. Should the punt kick be banned permanently, or does it make Orton unstoppable? Officials rush the ring. Too late. The damage is done. Bodies everywhere. Chaos complete. And Orton? He finally moves. But not to leave. No, he grabs a mic. And what he says next sends chills through the entire WWE universe. He talks about legacy, about respect, about how this isn't the same WWE anymore. He says people have gotten soft, complacent, comfortable, and he's here to remind everyone what danger really looks like. He says something that hits harder than any RKO. I don't need a title. I am the main event. Let that sink in. No championship. No rivalry. Just destruction. And suddenly, everything makes sense. This wasn't random. This wasn't emotional. This was intentional. A reset. A warning shot to every single superstar in that locker room. If you're not ready, get out of the way. Because Orton is done playing games. Now here's a big question for all of you. Who can actually stop Randy Orton right now? Think about it. Who has the speed to counter the RKO? Who has the toughness to survive the punt kick? Who has the mind to outplay one of the most dangerous veterans in WWE history? Because right now, it doesn't look like anyone does. The show tries to move on. Matches continue. But the energy? It's gone. Every superstar walking to that ring now has one thought in their mind. What if Orton comes back? That fear lingers. That uncertainty spreads. And just when you think the night is over, just when you think Orton has made his point, the main event hits. 2 superstars in the ring. High stakes. Big moment. Everything is going as planned. Until, out of nowhere, RKO. Again. 4th time. But this time it feels different. Because this wasn't about the opponent. This was about the spotlight. Orton didn't just interrupt the match. He stole the entire show. He stands tall as the crowd erupts one last time. Bodies down. Chaos everywhere. And that same cold stare. That same message. He's not done. Not even close. Final question for you. Make sure you answer this in the comments. Is this the beginning of Randy Orton's most dangerous run ever? Or the start of something even bigger? Because if this is just the beginning, SmackDown and WWE as a whole might never be the same again. And if you felt the intensity, if you felt that chaos, if you think Orton just changed the game forever, hit that like button, subscribe to Ring Rumble, and share this video with someone who needs to see what true destruction looks like. Because one thing is certain, when Randy Orton strikes, you don't see it coming. And you definitely don't forget it.